We are from grade 5 ASB Bangna, and today we are reading The Scallywags by David Melling. It was a full moon and the scallywags were late again. The other animals had already arrived and were dressed in their best. But now the photographer was tapping his watch. We can wait no longer, he sniffed, or the beautiful silver light will be gone and the picture will be ruined. He peered into the lens one last time. Say cheese, everyone. Cheese! Crash! Bang! Wallop! The wolf funneled into the camera, the photographer and the other animals. You hairy nincompoop! Yelled the photographer. Typical wolf, mumbled the others. The next morning, the animals gathered around to see the photograph. They were so cross they decided not to ask the wolf to eat breakfast with them. They'll just spoil it for everyone, said the moose. I agree, said a bear. They always flick the food and nibble the napkins. I sat to one of them at supper last week, said a pig. He was so smelly I couldn't finish my pudding. Meanwhile, the moose were loafing around at home. Jumbo, the leader of the Scallywags, gave his tummy a prod. I'm hungry, he said. What time is breakfast? Dunno, said Earwax, but I can smell it. The pack wagged their scratchy tails, pointed their twitchy noses, and trotted after the delicious smell. But when they arrived, the other animals had already finished. Everyone had enjoyed breakfast without the wolves so much they decided to stop asking them to all mealtimes, and playtime, and story time. Soon, the Scallywags were not invited out at all. At first they didn't mind, and they carried on all the things that wolves like doing. But animal ladders wasn't the same without bear stairs. And how can you goose the moose with no feathers? What we have to do is show everyone that we aren't so bad, said Jumbo. Yeah, said Bruce. No one gets to see our soft and cuddly side. Maybe if we had better manners, coughed Hairball. But we don't got no manners, said Scribble. Yo-Yo sniffed his armpit. I suppose we could have a bath. And I could make some nice clothes, said Nib. Jumbo sat up. I know. Let's get into town. Follow the other animals around and copy what they do. Then they're bound to like us. So every day the Scallywags snooped and spied with their beady eyes. And every night they practiced very hard. Before long, most of the wolves knew what to do with a handkerchief, a toothbrush, and a comb. And some of them could dress nicely and say please and thank you. And so came the day when the Scallywags decided to visit the other animals and show them how much fun wolves can be. The animals were delighted to see 14 tidy visitors dressed in clothes that spangled. They then recognized the Scallywags and asked them to stay for a bit to eat. But no sooner had the soup arrived, the trouble began. Scribble leaned across to one of the pigs and smiled sweetly. Excuse me, he said. Please don't slurp your soup. It gives me wind. Thank you so much. It didn't stop there. The wolves checked that all the animals had washed their hands, paws, and trotters, and claws. They told the geese not to hunt with their beaks full. And a family of bears were reminded not to leave the table until everybody had finished. The animals would soon change their minds about the fuzzy guesses and began to realize how much they missed the Scallywags. Of course the wolves were noisy, they whispered, but at least they're funny, and they enjoy themselves without telling everybody else what to do. Above them, the moon came out. The full moon. The wolves began restless. They loosened their buttons. They started to itch and they started to scratch. Grub pressed his elbows into a sandwich on purpose. Scribble giggled. Crumb snipped Yo-Yo's toes. Earwax squashed a pea on Jumble's nose. Hairball's tail popped out and then spit it. He yelped. Screws howled. They all howled. The Scallywags! Gasped the animals. For a minute, nobody moved. Then Jumble coughed. Would anybody like a sandwich? Yes, please, they said, and they all tucked in. The animals were so busy enjoying themselves that they forgot to be cross with the wolves. And the wolves forgot, well, everything. The photographer smiled and set up his camera one last time. Ready, everyone?